Dear student, I hope you all are fine at home. So as you know that already we are disturbed due to this corona outbreak. Now today is Friday and you everybody know that Friday is a science class. So once again in our science class we are start with the first chapter, that is crop production and management. So in this chapter we are discussing about the different types of crops, how the farmer can produce it, how can it increase its productivity, and the different methods for the storage. So let us start. So first I introduce some terminology, the important terminology regarding this chapter, because again and again we are using some basic words in this chapter. So first one is agriculture. This agriculture means this is the practice of growing plants and rearing animals for a useful product or for the food. So there is a two different concept in agriculture. First one is raising plants, means it's about the plants, and the second thing rearing animals, means if we combine both concept, the practice of raising plants and rearing animals for the food and other useful product is known as what? Agriculture. Generally this agriculture word is comes from the two different Latin words. First one is ager. Ager means a plot or land, and second one is cutter. Cutter means cultivation. So you can find it in your textbook from the science bits about how it is derived. So now question rises here that why we need to increase our production. As you know that we have the vast population, huge population in our country. So everybody knows that we need food. Food is the basic need for all the living organisms, either it is small organisms or huge or big organisms. So that food directly or indirectly coming from where? From the plant and animals. So the plant and animal is also the basic part of our food. And as you know that from early morning to late night, whatever the work, whatever the activity we are doing in a whole day, that involves energy, and that energy is comes from where? From the food. So that's why food is necessary for all, and that food is coming from the plants. So plant is a basic part for the food. Now you have all our knows that when we are breathing, the digestion is taking place. Even that when we are sleeping, our body is continually working. So for that the energy is needed. So now second, the term which we use continually here in a whole chapter, that is crop. It's all about the crops. Crops means the same kind of plants or similar kind of plants. If you see nearby your area or in your garden or in your field at a farmhouse, if you find that a similar type of plant, just like if you find a whole field is covered with the wheat or any other type of a plant, so that all plant is known as what? Crops. So it's very simple definition for the crops, same kind of plants or similar kind of plant which grow as at a large scale in a field is known as crops. So we can write down the definition. Crops means same kind of plants is the very simple definition for the crops. Crops means the same kind of plants grows at a large scale known as crops. Now there are the different type of crops that is based on the season. So in India there are the two different type of crops, as you know, that that is based on the climatic condition or temperature or rainfall. So we have the two different type of crops, Rabi crops and Kharif crops. Rabi crops, generally Rabi crop is also known as winter crops. The timing for the sowing or planting this Rabi crops is from the month of October, and it should be harvested at the end of so timing for the Kharif is from October to the month in between the April, March and April, maybe the harvesting time for the Kharif crop. Kharif crop, it is also known as I told you, that winter crop. So for example, wheat, mustard, this wheat and mustard, gram, pea, these all are the examples of Rabi crops. Second one is a Kharif crop. Kharif crop, this is also known as a rainy crop. For example, the example of Kharif crop is sugarcane, paddy, maize. These all are the groundnuts. These all are the examples of this Kharif crops. Now, second things, we also classified the crops on the basis of what things we are getting from a crops or basis on its usefulness or a product we are getting from it. So first it can be classified in a form of cereals. Cereals means mostly all the grains which gives is a carbohydrate and a starch. Second thing, oil holdings, oil seeds just like mustard seeds, groundnuts, sunflower seeds. These are the oil holding seeds. Fiber just like cotton, jute, which gives a fiber for making a clothes and other thing. Fruits and vegetables, which are a rich source of minerals and vitamins. Next one, pulses, all kinds of the pulses like gram, pea, soya bean. These all are the source of protein. So these are the classification of crops on the basis of their usefulness or what things we are getting from that crops. So I hope you this clear for everyone. It's clear? Yeah. So I hope everybody you understand all these things. It's clear for everyone. If you have any doubt, any problem, just you can ask through the WhatsApp message. And one more advice for you, everybody guys, that just you go through this chapter through your from your textbook. Whenever you read this chapter carefully 2 and 3 times, so you can mainly, I think, I hope you understand all the things. So now next, the basic practices of crop production means what are the practices, what are the steps, what are the stages, what are the methods taken by the farmer to ensure about the good yield or a good crop. Because everybody knows that all are doing their job for what? For getting a profit or a benefit. So here the farmer also want to get a good crops, a good production from the crops or a high yield. So for that there are some practices done by farmer. So first one is what? The preparation of soil. Means soil should be prepared very well. As you know that if you go to your field and directly sprinkle some seeds there, so what happened? Do you guess what happened? Yes, that seeds cannot germinate. Why? Why? Because we are not prepared soil very well. So before sowing, the soil should be prepared very well. So the preparation of soil should be done. It can be done with the help of a plow. So that process is called what? Plowing. So plowing, you can define the plowing means what is a loosening and turning of soil by using some instruments like a plow, hoe or a cultivator. So that is called a ploughing. Second things, the selection and the sowing of seeds. It's very important. This second point is very important for the farmer. Generally, you observe that at our homes, the many after storing the seeds after few days, when you store the seeds like wheat, rice, and other things, so you find that it's spoiled by the insect. So that's the type of seeds we cannot use for the sowing. So how can you find out that which seed is good and which one is spoiled or infected by the germs so for that it's very simple activity. Just you take one bowl and fill with the water and placed or put some seeds in it. Seeds which are floating on the top due to the light in weight because that seeds are infected or spoiled by the insect. So that is not a good seeds. So the seeds which remains at the bottom, that is a heavier seeds and that is a good quality seeds. So that seeds can be used by the farmer. Now sowing of seeds. Sowing means what? Sowing means the process of placing the seeds into the soil. This is called the sowing. Now next one, irrigation. Irrigation means it's a way of giving water. It's an artificial way to give the water to the crops. That is called irrigation. Now there are the two different methods for the irrigation. One is the ancient method, or you can say old method, traditional method. Old or traditional method. And the second one is the modern method. Traditional or old method means which is followed by the Asian people or olden days like Rahat, Dekli, Chant system. This all are the example of a traditional method. Modern method. In modern method, we are discuss about two different way of irrigation. First one is sprinkle system and second was the drip irrigation. So this we all discuss in detail after discussing one by one. So now third one is weeding. Weeding means it's a removal of unwanted plants from a field. As you know that there are the many types of plants or the grass are grows or raised with the crops. So mostly what happen? There will be the competition for or fighting for the nutrient between them. So that is not good for us. So the process of removal of unwanted plant is known as what? Is known as a weeding. And that plant is known as what? Weeds. Sometimes it can be done with the manually, with the hands or with the help of some instrument or tool. You say that khurpi like that. And we can also use some chemical for that. That is called weedicides. For example, cyzazine, metachlor. That all things are given in your textbook. Just you go through that. You can find all the examples of weedicide 2,4-D. These all are the examples of some chemical which you use as a weedicide. Now after this the next one is crop protection. Means after doing this all things, if we are not protect our crops at a regular interval from the stray animals and from the birds and from the insect, so these all things are waste. Means we are getting nothing. So this is the basic part of a crop. This agriculture practices crop protection. Means we should protect our crop from the stray animals by putting the scarecrow in the field, by making fencing So these are the methods by which we can even that in rural areas, the people or the farmer beating the drums and other type of instruments. So these are the ways by which the farmer can protect their crops from the animals and birds. Now next one is the harvesting. Harvesting means after the when the crop is ready for cutting, that process is called what? Harvesting. So harvesting can be done with the help of sickle, or sometime it is done by the harvester or a combiner. Now next one, that is very important after this all process, storage. So why it is called very important? Because from beginning to last end you do all the things very well, but this last step is not properly due to the mismanagement or due to the poor quality of storage facilities in our country. The millions of grains every year spoil due to the this rods and insect and other things. So this is very important step or last step, how to store the food in a good way. So if you store the food in a very well way with all the facilities means so you can ensure that the food or the grains will be available throughout the year for the whole people. So I hope you guys you understand all the things. So about this we are discussing in detail one by one in next class. I hope you enjoyed this class. Stay with us, stay safe. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good time.